I am super psyched to have a dear friend today, Zehra Fazal, who does so many voices. I would take a very long time introing all of them, but we have NadiaRizavi on Voltron Official and Halo in Young Justice, and Kale in League of Legends, and the announcer of Apex Legends. How badass is that?
Thank you. Wow, what an introduction. I should hire you to be my publicist. Thank you for having me. This is amazing. And I miss you. I feel the last time I saw you in person was just about a year ago at Grand Rapids Comic-Con.
No, darling. I saw you right before pandemic because you were performing in a...
No, you came to my show!
Okay, it's people are excited that you're the Apex announcer.
You are the Apex champion.
Oh my God, can you keep talking like that? It's really funny.
The whole time I will speak in this voice for you.
Oh, Apex Legends. We have our dear mutual, we have a lot of mutual friends on the game, but
yes,
Money.
She just joined the cast recently. Oh, she's such a treasure. Shout out to Anjali.
Yeah, she's amazing. Rampart is super fun. The accent and the spunk she has is great.
Yeah, so I play Halo on Young Justice, as well as about 10 other characters I've voiced in season 3. And how I got to kind of be a part of that world, and kind of how I got to be a part of animation, acting for animation in general. Growing up, I loved cartoons, and I never stopped loving them. So a lot of people grow out of it. I never did. I ran the Darkwing Duck website when I was in high school.
No.
I was obsessed still. Yeah, 10
Darkwing
years after
Duck.
it aired. Let's get dangerous. And I wanted to be an animator. And so I took a lot of drawing classes, and I always loved acting and performance. But when I was in high school, I didn't necessarily think I would have a career in it. I thought, it'd be much more sensible to go to school and study computer graphics, special effects. But then after I graduated from high school, that summer in between high school and college, I went to a convention for the Disney show Gargoyles, which I was a huge fan of. And
so you are a self-proclaimed nerd.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
100%. I was a nerd before it was cool to be a nerd.
Okay. Yeah, totally. You're OG. Yeah.
Yeah. Respect. I founded a lot of message boards and things that y'all's parents probably were on. But so they used to have this every year for about a decade. They had conventions for Gargoyles, where the series creator Greg Weisman would come, a lot of the voice actors would come, the artists, the composers, and they would have panels and you'd get to talk. And they would also do something called a radio play, where they would bring a script from the show and they would cast the original voice actors and fans at the convention in the parts, and then you'd read it for everybody. So when I was 16, I went and I got cast as Elisa Maza, the female lead. And I, had the greatest time reading the script of the show I loved. And, in talking and getting to know Greg Weisman, he was very encouraging to me. He said, you're about to start college. Great, go to college. But when you're out, you should consider moving to LA, because I think you really could have a career in acting for animation.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, thank you, Mr. Weisman, for those kind words. And kind of filed it in the back of my head for years. I ended up in college studying graphic design and theater. And so I got really interested in live performance, like musical theater and straight plays. But then years later, when I thought about, I was working on the East Coast for a while in theater, and I was like, what, I really want to do more on-camera work. I really want to do work in animation.
What I love about a lot of your characters is you are representing Southeast Asian characters or women in hijabs, which aren't represented enough and are shown.
Muslim women.
Yeah. But besides being Muslim, it's also showing that they're wearing the headscarf, because sometimes, do you know what I'm saying? And we need to see that because we don't talk about it enough and show it in a positive way.
Yes, absolutely. Especially after 9/11, there was so much anti-Islam Islamic imagery in the media. And so I think over the years, and certainly like in response to the Islamophobia of the last 4 years, there's been such a push by creators in TV, on camera and animation to like represent Islam and Muslims in a non-scary way. Yeah. Which is so awesome.
But I wanted to ask you about Voltron, which is also super popular, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen. I know that we auditioned for a lot of things, and it's just like, well, I sent it an MP3, but are there any like beautiful, fun stories of the behind the scenes that we don't know about?
Well, for me, it was interesting because I booked Young Justice, Voltron, and Glitch Text right around the same time, like within a month of each other.
Holy
and that's
cow!
what really started my career in animation snowballing. And this was summer of 2017. And then they weren't released till like 2 years later. Yeah. So it just shows you like the pipeline of work. When I got the auditions for NadiaRizavi, I was really excited because she was described as like an adrenaline daredevil, adrenaline junkie pilot whose parents wanted her to be a doctor, but she had other ideas. And I was like, oh my God, this is like every South Asian kid's story. As the child of doctors, I'm like, I understand this girl. And so I was so excited when I found out that I got it. I feel like the fans really grasped onto those characters in terms of like the fan art and the stories and stuff that I began seeing. And yeah, it was just, I mean, that entire cast is amazing. The regular cast on Voltron.
I was just thinking about Kale in League of Legends because do you remember we bumped into each other at that callback?
Yes, at that place. Yes.
You know what I thought was really cool is I've always wanted to, audition for League, and finally, I think I had sent a few others, and then I got a call back for Kale, and I'm there, and I see you. Yeah, and I felt, I did great at the callback, and I was feeling confident, whatever, and then didn't hear anything, and then you announced that you got it, and
is that how you found out? That sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry.
But no. But the best thing was, I said, fuck yeah, that's rad. Like, there wasn't an ounce in me that goes, fuck, I wanted that. It's just like when you know good people working in the industry and then you can celebrate that they booked something that you also went in for. Like, I think that's the epitome of like, I'm feeling rad in my life. I'm doing my work as best I can. And, Zehra got it because she's fucking rad. And I was so excited for you,
Thank you. And like, that's such a true thing. When you make genuine friends in this industry and your friends are so talented, if you don't get something, you find out somebody else gets it. It's like, oh, of course, that was hers to get. That's amazing.
So you do a lot of cool announcery voices, right? Like, I mean, you do a lot of good things, but you have this way of clicking into this, which is wonderful.
I find myself playing a lot of like AI stuff. Yeah, I play in Lost in Space. I'm the voice of the computer spaceship. I do a bunch of AI
Lost
announcer.
Lost in Space, you do that?
Yeah.
Guys,
warning. Decompression in 3, 2, 1. You are dead.
Can you just give us a taste of the other ones that have happened that are so great?
Let's see. I play in Big Hero 6, the series. I play Baymax, who is the friend of Baymax. And there was really fun. There was an episode out recently where the AI got possessed by a virus. And so she went from talking like this to talking like this and demanding that people bring her things because she's the queen.
Oh my God, so good.
I love playing AI because it takes all the pressure of emotion out. I don't know if you ever feel that way. As an actor, sometimes when you're trying for a certain emotion, you're like, oh my God, is this authentic? Am I hitting it? But in AI, I find when you strip it of emotion and it just becomes about the musicality, the void of feeling, it just feels, I don't know, maybe I should talk to my therapist. The void of emotion is very soothing.
Wait, how does Kale sound? Because now I'm curious. I don't remember what I did for her, but
The unrighteous will burn! She's a religious zealot, so she's sort of unhinged when she gets hot. And she misses her sister very much, but she's mad at her sister.
How do you think your Apex announcer would look like if they were human, or if you were to cosplay her?
I don't know what she would look like. I don't know. I'm hesitant to wager a guess because the Apex Legends writers have such massive lore in their heads.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't want to postulate what she could be. If she was someone who was alive in the past and recorded and is now gone, I don't know. Is she like a Skynet? I don't know. I don't know.
What is one of your favorite voices that you have done that's super zany, or like what you work on Pinky Malinky and you and glitch text? What do they sound like?
Okay, well, so Pinky Malinky, I was a character named Aisha who talked super fast and was really into geology and stuff like that.
And in glitch text, I was Zara. She was cool tech support. She loved to, find the glitch and neutralize it and play games.
Yeah.
But actually, one of my recent characters who's been like my favorite has been General Yunnan from Amphibia. If any of you have seen Amphibia or are familiar with this character, her Achilles heel is she can't resist giving her speech whenever somebody asks her name.
Oh my God.
And it goes something like this. I am General Yunnan, scourge of the Sand Wars, defeater of Ragnar the Wretched, and the youngest New to ever achieve the rank of general in the great Utopian army. And she has like these Wolverine claws. And I love her. She's
so badass. And you memorized her speech.
It was hard not to because she says it like 4 times in the episode that we had recorded.
But, I booked my first Disney animation pilot this pandemic.
Yay!
Thank you. I'm not a main character, but I recur. I hope that more characters will come along that I can be a part of. But I remember feeling so excited because I worked on Big City Greens for Disney as well, but a one like 3 lines or something. So I felt like, oh my God, this is my first Disney thing, and I've always wanted to work for Disney and all the things. And I'm like, yay! Today's the day. Walk into my closet and go. It wasn't drive into the studio lot,
right?
Get a coffee, grab some snacks, feel
take your picture.
Yeah, it was so anticlimactic, man.
I had my first panel at New York Comic Con for Batman: Death in the Family, where I played Talia al Ghul, and I was like, oh my God, my first big convention panel. If it were a normal year, they would have flown me out to New York, put me up, been in a big room, but instead it was all pre-recorded on Zoom in my living
room. Anything you'd like to shout out? Let us know your socials. What people can keep an eye out for that's coming up that you can talk about.
Well, my name is Zehra Fazal. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Zehra Fazal. I'm pretty active on both of those platforms, and I love talking to people through them. So that's fun. As far as stuff that's coming out soon or stuff to promote, well, Apex Legends, I play the announcer. You are the Apex champion. And I know that we are getting ready for our next season to drop at some point in the next, I don't know when, but I'm sure they're having some kind of event in January to look out for. Batman: Death in the Family is out on Blu-ray and digital, but the digital version's not interactive. It's like a choose your own adventure movie.
Oh,
that
wow.
came out last month. Yeah, it's fun. And I played Talia al Ghul. And the very mysterious.
Where is she from? What's her deal?
She's the daughter of Raish al Ghul in the League of Assassins. But she has a bone to pick with Batman's protege.
You have some really beautiful, smooth voices. I'm curious to ask, besides the little, really fast-talking character, like this, do you have some really zany, nutty ones that are very different to the smoothness you bring to...
Oh, yeah.
Could we have an audition for a few of them?
Yeah. Well, okay. So my character Harper Row in Young Justice Outsiders, kind of scrappy. She kind of got a scrappy quality to her and quirkiness to her voice that's here. And then, of course, General Yunnan is sort of big and booming. And, oh gosh, I can't tell you what show this is for, but I do play a character who lives here and is just a mom. And she just is here to have fun and give you kids snacks, okay?
Oh my God.
It's very comforting. It's I don't feel like that mom, but I feel like I know who she is.
Have you done young kids?
I do. Yes.
Yeah, when I did
5-year-olds
down here, not like a 5-year-old. I
12-year-old.
She's 3. Aunt Sombra, when will we have the ice cream machine? I'm hungry.
Get a grip, kid. We don't hack ice cream here, okay? Sombra's not very...
What was Cherry Garcia?
Okay, now we're talking. Yes, you're so smart, girl! Guys, please give Zehra a follow. She does such good work, and there will be more coming in 2021, so that's freaking awesome. Guys, stay safe, wash your hands, all that stuff. This is for real, so do your best to stay home and play video games. That's so hard.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask. Guys,
Summer.
keep booming and booping as always.